Hey everybody, how you doing? Dashin Dave here again. Please click that subscribe button and hit that like button. Thank you very much.
Alright, this is an interesting one. I just happened to be just driving right by Advanced Auto heading on up to Tropical Smoothie, and I get this pickup, 275.9 miles. It's going to Midas. So I'll be taking a part to Midas on Doordash, and I was heading to Tropical Smoothie anyway. So, I mean, yeah, 275, no tip, no trip. Hey, we'll do this one because I'm heading that way anyway. So anyway, yeah, this is an interesting one. Never done this before, a part. Hopefully it's not an engine. The load said exhaust gasket. It's actually several things, including a section of exhaust, as we see here. I don't think this would have fit an Eggman. But anyway, like I said, no big deal. 20 seconds to pick it up. He brought it out to me, and we'll go from there. That almost pays for my breakfast wrap. Well, maybe a third of it. So, it's Tuesday, November 29th. Didn't make any videos yesterday, Monday, Cyber Monday. It was a pretty darn good day. Overall, a nice mix of Spark delivery and DoorDash and a little bit of Uber Eats. DoorDash was actually the lowest number of jobs I did yesterday. Had the large Spark Walmart delivery to the daycare down in Huxley that I did a couple weeks ago. It was twice the size of the one that I did before. I'm not so sure that would have fit into egg, but since I'd done that one time and knew that there's going to be bags upon bags upon bags of loaves of bread and all that, I put those in my cater totes, and we took that in 2 handfuls, if you will. The girls go, "Hey, that's pretty cool." So anyway, it's a little misty here today, just a little bit of snow this afternoon. I may be home before that happens. It feels like a real slow day right now, but it did yesterday morning also, and then it just picked up tremendously. So we'll see what the day brings today. All right, well, I was at Tropical Smoothie getting my breakfast wrap and decided to take this $1 tip Panera run. And it's because Panera's just a couple blocks away, and then the delivery is literally, a quarter mile is to a pet store. So easy pickup, easy in, easy out. I'm just not going to Wendy's, don't care how well it pays. All right, there's Spark singing in, same one I've been rejecting for the last 20 minutes. Just way too many items for $9. Plus, it's the North Grand Walmart area, and I'm down here on the south side. It's showing 0.4 miles, but I got to get 4 miles up. So, I just ain't doing that one. I've rejected that like 4 times now. All right, find a place to park and have my All-American wrap from Tropical Smoothie. It's basically a wrap with scrambled eggs and bacon. Can't beat that. All right, been texting with DoorDash and Barry over the last few minutes, and he just let me know that they put on $2.50 peak pay from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. this evening, Tuesday. That's very interesting. You never see peak pay during the dinner hour, which in my market means it's going to be slow. Not that it's so busy that we need you guys out there, it's that it's so slow. We're trying to tease you guys out here. I don't know if I'll ride out that far. That could be because of the predicted snow, and it's only supposed to be a dusting here in Ames, so I don't know. All right, well, it's just a little after 10. We're at $20 an hour and $2 per mile, and that's all DoorDash. Haven't taken any Sparks yet. Nothing really's come up on Uber Eats. I got Grubhub running too. They're quiet as a mouse. Haven't heard a thing from Grubhub. The ones from Uber Eats wanted to take me all the way across to the west end, and I'm thinking, as slow as it is, I want to stay in the Duff Zone. And that's why I didn't take that one Panera. That was actually a pretty good order. It was only $1 a mile over, but I didn't want to take the chance on not hitting anything over that way. And it's not even time for the restaurants to open up in Campus Town. So just, following the Spidey sense and sticking over here on the Duff Zone. And by God, that American wrap was so good, my body's just screaming, get another one. And when you're my age, if your body says, hey, I need more eggs and bacon, by God, you give it more eggs and bacon. Okay, so we're up to about 58% accept in trading. There's no way I'm going to get up above to 70 to make Top Dasher for December. We only got a couple days left. So this one here is $375. That's a no-tip job, I believe, from Casey's. And we're not going to take that. So I am considering, at least for the first few weeks of December here, going back to cherry picking and just to heck with the AR and just see how that works out. Now, that being said, I don't want to get much lower than 50 because below 50 you are in the third tier of the accept more, earn more. And like I said, I believe that is doing what it's intended to do in my market. And I am not seeing too great a fluctuation with being below 70 and being in the top tier. So I'm still not getting the Wendy's for the most part. We had the one today and I said I'm not taking that. And the only reason I got that was because that was a high paying order. So anyway, I think at least right now in my market, the accept more, earn more, the way it's designed to work and everything, yeah, I'm not so sure about being in the top tier of the accept more, earn more program versus the second tier is really that big a difference in my market, at least right now. So I'm going to stick with what I've been doing. We are coming up on those 210 job lines where I had like 8 declines in a row and 7 declines in a row. So just even having a really good set of offers in those 2 rows of 10 will bring me up tremendously. All right, there it is. I didn't have the GoPro or anything on, and I'm being facetious, but I said about a half hour ago, yeah, about 10:30, I was thinking to myself, I did not take that Uber Eats again over into Campus Town, and I said out loud, okay, Tony, how about an LOP today? Half hour later, there it is. Tropical smoothie, 60 items, out to the Vet Med Complex. Done this a bunch of times. And depending on how large this payout is, that might be it for the end of the day for me. And that Chick-fil-A that I just delivered, I've delivered to her address several times, and I didn't have a chance to talk to her. We talked for just a minute there. It used to be leave at my door, now it's handed to me. That could be because it's wintertime, and it looks like she works from home. But anyway, bullshitting with her, she is a DoorDasher, and she saw my hack where I had the cardboard drink carriers nesting inside of each other in the bag, and she goes, that's cool. And I said, get a couple from Taco Bell or somebody, and no spill. Put them in there, put it in the bag, zip it up, locks it down, no spill. Wow, $527 worth of tropical smoothie goodness. Okay, so even at I didn't get a screenshot of it. I think we'll be able to see the total later, but because it's not there now, and I've noticed that sometimes it's there, sometimes not. But anyway, and this is through Easy Cater, so that's an $8 base pay on Easy Cater. It's showing me $13.25. If they tip only 10%, that's $50 tip on top of the 8, be about 58, and it could be a little bit more than that. Could be a little bit more substantial than that. So, all right, haven't had one of these for about 2 weeks now. And, it's hit or miss. It's who's ordering, who's out there. The lady I was just talking to that I dropped off the Chick-fil-A to, she's on the large order program. She mainly does nights. And I said, so how often does that hit for you? And she said, every once in a while, it's a lot of times it'll be someone ordering a big meal from Red Lobster. I've seen that and all that. So anyway, and she was talking about, I said, are you with Walmart Spark? And she said, no. But she said, I do the Hy-Vee groceries. And I said, have you noticed that drop off? Because everybody I'm talking to has said that has dropped off big time. And she goes, well, a little bit now that you mention it. Of course, she's working at night instead of the day. And I haven't had a shop and deliver since January. Like I've said before, I suspect for some reason or other I've been blacklisted, even though I talked to the grocery manager and they never got back to me, whatever. So it is what it is. I don't care. But here we go. Here's a biggie. All right. All right, $43 payout on that tropical smoothie. And then I get this one. This is the clown order of the week. 2 pickups I believe it's a double dash, so it's just a one drop off, but I really didn't check it because I really don't care. $4. So that's $2 base pay. Wingstop and Casey's contains alcohol. Screw you. Go get it yourself. Wow, that's a bad one. I have not seen one that bad in quite a while. But $43 payout for 20 minutes worth of work on that tropical smoothie. No smoothies, just wraps today. And it's kind of a crappy day, so I totally get that. So it's 11:30. We'll hang out till around noon or noon 30, and then call it a day. Go home and do some iRacing. By the way, it appears, I never really thought about this before, but I had 2 double dashes in a row. You know, the Wingstop and the Casey's, you know, for $4, and the other double dash that I chose not to take. And it's still considered a double, whether it's a double accept or a double decline. It is treated as 2 customers, even though it's the same customer. I just kind of confirmed that on my tally sheet tracking my acceptance rating. I was at 58% and then declined the 2 double dashes, and I was down to 54. So I never really thought about that before. You know, obviously a double or a stack is 2 individual deliveries, but the same holds true for a double dash where you're picking up at 2 different restaurants and delivering to 1 customer. That is 2 orders within the queue, 2 orders within the algorithm. So if you accept them or decline them, it's 2, whatever that is. So 2 accepts or 2 declines. All right, just noticed when I got this Casey's order that we're on $1 peak pay since 11:30 to 1, and then there's $2.50 peak pay. I had mentioned earlier, I think at 2:30 to 5. So those 2 horrible double dashes, the Wingstop and the Casey's for $4, $2 base pay, that came in to me at 11:29. So that then got kicked out to somebody else, say a minute later at 11:30, and it would have been a $6 double dash, which would have made it a little bit easier to swallow, but I wouldn't have done it anyway. I just don't like going to Wingstop, and I don't deal with alcohol. And I don't want to mess with the IDs or anything else, so screw it. And, you know, like I said, they purport these alcohol sales because it requires a little bit more from you, that they're higher paying orders. Nah, not necessarily, only if the customer chooses to tip. Well, the wind has really picked up. That front's starting to move through. Temperature is 31. It was 33 just a few minutes ago. It's high noon right now. We are at $114 with this Casey's run, and my daily goal this week, because I plan on working all 7 days now that there's no more football on Saturdays and Sundays, is trying to get to about $150 to get $1,000 this week. You know, that all depends on the orders, you know, and plus, you know, if I can do that 6 hours each day, right now I have no problem doing 7-day weeks for 6 hours a day, trying to pull in 125, trying to pull in 125 to 150 each day. Hell yeah. That's gravy. That's gravy work. All right, so I'm all the way down here on the south side of Ames doing that Chick-fil-A run for about $5. And I thought, well, it's 12:30. The wind's really picking up. Temperature's dropping. I'm doing pretty good for the day. Did great yesterday. I think I'm going to pack it in here. So instead of just jumping on Highway 30 and then rolling home, I thought I'd go to Lincoln Way. You know, go through Restaurant Row there on South Duff. And picked up this Five Guys, which is just about a mile up the road here. And then it's going the exact route through town, East Lincoln Way, for me to do what I was planning on doing, the route to go home for $5.75. So it's the route that I'm taking. It's the route that I'm going. We'll call that good. That brings me, and today's really weird. Nothing but Doordash. Now, I did shut everything off when I had that cater, but I turned on Uber. After I got that done, I did not refire up Spark or Grubhub, and I thought, let's just take it easy today instead of all the bells, whistles, and cowbells and everything. And I thought, okay. And not really nothing was hitting on Uber Eats, and usually those are some pretty good orders. A couple of them would have been ones that I normally would have taken, but they would have taken me all the way out to Campustown and West, and I just felt stay in the Duff Zone today. It's so slow. They threw on, you know, an instant peak pay. We're on $1. then there's going to be peak pay here in an hour and a half. $2.50 peak pay in an hour and a half. So, you know, it's real slow. I thought, hey, we're getting real close to what I wanted to get for the day, and this will take me to $125, and that's about $27 an hour. And, you know, that cater job, that $43 payout on the large order program helped a lot, absolutely. And $2.77 per mile. Awesome metrics. So I'll be just about out of Ames, if you will, on this drop-off. Keep on heading east. I've got to go to the store and all that stuff. Got to do some laundry, yada, yada, yada. You know, all the basic domestic bullshit. So I think that's what my plan is just to go ahead and do what I was thinking. And I'm actually getting paid to do half of what I was thinking, so that's always cool. So anyway, I've been testing a new microphone here. The microphone that I bought that plugged directly into the GoPro doesn't work all the time. I think that's more the port on the GoPro than the microphone, even though it's pretty cheap. It's just the port is the same port that you plug in to charge the GoPro. And, you know, they're several years old. This one here I bought in 2016. So they're getting old, you know, plugging that in, plugging it out, plugging it in. So what I'm using here now is my little handheld microphone. And the first few scenes were with a lapel. This is without the lapel. The other scenes were, the first couple scenes I had the lapel on just kind of hanging there. So we'll see how this one works out.
Alright guys and gals, that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you can take something from this video and put it to use for yourself. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and hope to see you next time.